No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Tigers will get this season underway as toe meets leather. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. On the run, it's Davidson. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Let's take a second and talk about Clemson. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. We've got a very low number beside your name. You're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the all-season was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement higher, a chance to go out and prove something very early in the season.
He might want another play. To throw, it's Klubnik. Going downfield for the big play. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's Brown. At the 35, he's open. There's a live football. And they put it on the deck, but it gets out of bounds to avoid the turnover.
Man, that's one of those where you just go, dadgummit, if we had a little bit more space. Nice job creating the fumble, but just running out of real estate, not able to land on it. Man, you just get a little bit frustrated because you wanted that turnover. You caused the fumble. You just couldn't secure it.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He got the 1st down and still on his feet. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
Quarterback may change this route. Looking for a man. It's Klubnik. He wants to take the top off. Picked off And the opening drive is stopped with an interception.
This defense talked about it. We want to set the tone. We don't want to give up big plays. First drive, the offense tries to accomplish that. This is a big play offense. Defense does it.
No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Tigers ready to get this thing started and open the season. And he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. This is what we expect. No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Tigers ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This place is roaring. No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Tigers' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes and they'll stop him at the 16. Now, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. All right, guys, let's talk LSU. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, LSU.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Scanning the field, it's Nussmeier. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Nestles it in at the 35. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Side adjustments here. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's going for the big play. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
All right, offense, keep pushing the ball downfield. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
Really nice run there. This guy's so exciting to watch when he's out in the open field. Kind of reminds me of old Clemson greats like C.J. Spiller and Travis Etienne. When they got into the 2nd level, you just held your breath because you thought there was a chance they could break it off for a touchdown. This guy has that same dynamic playmaking ability.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Right back to the well. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run it from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
It'll be 3rd and to adjust the pattern. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. And now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And now on second down for this offense. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grab behind the line. It's Durham. Making a little bit of progress there. He gets it to the 40 before getting out of bounds.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Durham. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
Here's the pressure. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Now on second down. Back to pass, it's Nussmeier. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly, but when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
Working the middle. They wrestle him down at the 16-yard line. A third down stop. Now to see what they do on 4th down.
You got to love that on defense. One of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. Spits it out to the back. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, LSU.
And this offense gets on the board, and the first passing touchdown of the season, and I feel pretty confident saying the first of many. This offense looks like they're in a good rhythm, and this passing attack's going to be hard to stop.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Washington found a way to pull out a victory. It wasn't vintage Huskies football today. Those folks in Seattle won't remember this one forever, but they will remember it was a W. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. He unleashes a long one. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Slings it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Clemson has just been prolific at the receiver position. More scheme or more talent? I'd argue it's both, David.
Yeah, I argue more talent over the years, just dudes on the outside that win. And you know what? I think Clemson, as much as anybody in the country, has always featured those guys. And you want to play one-on-one with those guys, or you want to give them a cushion, like they'll throw it right now. And they've always believed in those guys out wide. And you know what? They usually come through for them.
Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a 1st down and a pickup of 10.
Clemson, 0.
They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield, it's Klubnik. He's got it down the middle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Turning on the Jets. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They got it down to the 21.
Really nice play there catching the pass. And I'll tell you, it's not easy to get on the field these days at Clemson if you're a wideout. Because of the success they've had recruiting and all the NFL talent they've had outside of the position, getting on the field and competing is no simple task. It's not easy to do, but this guy has everything you look for. He is built to succeed, not just at the college level. I think this guy's got an opportunity on Sundays, too.
Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Williams. Makes one man miss. Knocked down at the 6, but that completion will set up a 1st and goal.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
targets, big results. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Slams it ahead. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. They'll move the tight end. Might be calling a hot route. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Play number 11 on this drive. The defense has yielded ground, but they're trying to get a stop on 3rd and goal. They'll run it from the gun. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
Oh, they're after him. Touchdown, Clemson. Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He goes out of bounds on that return right at the 20-yard line. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Got it behind the line. It's Anderson. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. Think about when Garrett Nussmeier goes into the quarterback room at LSU, and there are giant murals of Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels, Heisman winners. Jesse, that's some pressure. But, man, if he can cut down on the turnovers, he might join them.
Yeah, there's no question about it, Reese. This guy has a lot of talent. I really also just appreciate the fact that he stayed put at LSU. In an era of college football where especially quarterbacks are transferring 2, 3, 4 times, naming off those guys you just did, it would have been so easy for Nussmeier to try to find another opportunity somewhere else. He believes LSU is the best situation for him to win a national championship and get him off to the NFL.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
The defense blows up the ISO play by getting penetration right up the middle. That forces the negative play.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Iptay if they can stop him on 3rd down. It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Might be looking to run. With the catch, it's Williams. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll leave it with him. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
The Tigers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Grabs the screen around all kinds of defenders. Looks as if Clemson will have the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Second down coming up. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Tigers. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Wants to throw. It's Nussmeier. He hurls one deep down the left side. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Tigers. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And how about this offense responding late in the first half, getting the score, now an extra point away from tying this football game, going into the half. It's exactly how you draw up a 2-minute drill. It's how you want to finish a half.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. The returner will field it and bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming, you really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. Quarterback making adjustments. Trying to bully their way in. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And a lot of times the defense is focused in the middle, right? Bring more big bodies in the red zone. Don't let them run the football. Offense tries to do the opposite. Get outside. Get their speeds to the football. Had a little bit of success, but nice job by this defense.
Motion from the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Trying to barge their way in. Touchdown, Tigers. And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Leaves it with the back. He's loose. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the 1st half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the 2nd half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
And some room to work. He has the 1st and still on his feet. Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Snagged in the middle, it's Brown. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Caught near the sticks, it's Anderson. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the 1st down.
Now on the move at the 28-yard line on 1st down. Snap it to the back. Runs through the tackle. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Wide receiver going in motion. Back to throw. It's Meyer. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Got it in the middle. It's Anderson. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball that quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
Finds his man. It's Williams. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. Here's a heat. Got rid of it just in time. He'll just throw it away, and it'll be 4th down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
And the returner will be dragged down. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Caught over the middle. It's Brown. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Got it in the middle. It's Durham. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, LSU! They've got the lead here in the fourth. Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arkansas State fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough, and they could just find a way.
First snap of the drive from the 25. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Crosses the 35. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to play damage.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Leaves it with the back. Shakes off the defender. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
To the air, it's Klubnik. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill, go get the running back, get him on the ground.
way to the tight end. It's a seam wide open. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
The Tigers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quick release on the RPO. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on 3rd down to try to get a 1st down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense, rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And that is a backbreaker. It's 4th down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. Turning it on. Inside the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. This drive will open from the 15. To the air, it's Klubnik. Makes the catch, it's Davidson. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's taking the deep shot. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter. You're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Under fire. Got him downfield. There he goes. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
And the QB just makes it look easy. Drop back, surveys the field, makes the correct decision, throws the ball where his receiver can catch it, doesn't put it in harm's way. That's a really good quarterback making it look easy.
Wants to throw on 1st down. He's going up top. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, this situation in the game, trailing with not a lot of time left, I understand going to the sideline to try and save clock, but you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. Don't be afraid to use those. You can attack the middle of the field, use the timeouts to save the clock that way.
Working their way closer and closer, a 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. The offense changing the play. Looking to pass. It's Clemson. Forced out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play.
And absolutely nothing doing there on the quarterback run. Defense takes all the gaps away. They use their speed to force him to the sidelines. He didn't even gain any yards, guys, before going out of bounds.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some 1st downs and march down the field.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to. They had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them, but they had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's the thing, David. To me, after watching that absolute beatdown, you can't help but think to yourself, this is a college football playoff caliber team. If they play like that, moving forward, if they put their A game together in all 3 phases, this is a team we're going to be talking about very, very late.